Alright, here is the video review for DX9's Warren, Pocket, Thorner, and Rager, aka Snarl and Grimlock. Now, they didn't come with any of their actual weapons. The only accessories they showed up with were the Mind Transfer Helmet and Grimlock's crown. So you won't see their guns or their swords, unfortunately, in this video, because that's how the sample showed up. Also, you'll notice Grimlock showed up with half a tail. It doesn't affect his robot mode at all. You can see there is this. At first I thought maybe it's supposed to be just on one side, but it is very clearly missing half a tail. It would have been pinned in right through here, but oh well. You'll still get the effect of the transformation, you just won't see one half of the tail fold up. Thorner seems to be all in one piece. Now before we get to transformation, I do want to show them off since we have them all here. Here they are with all of their fellow Dinobots from DX9. Let's get them all in the shot here. Let's swoop back here. There we go. Can we see them all here? There we go. They look good together. They're a nice little set. I'm very happy with them together. It would have been nice if Grimlock had all of his tail, but dinosaur-wise, nice looking group. And of course, here they all are. Here's the whole assembly fighting DX9's Devastator. Just having fun. But yeah, the DX9's Warren, Pocket, Devastator. And we'll show him off in robot mode with him later. So let's go ahead and clear these guys out. And we'll focus on these two fine fellows right here. So we'll start off with Thorner here. He's my favorite little Stegosaurus. He's kind of a fat boy. Chubba chubs. He does have an opening mouth. A little bit of head tilt. Well, okay, not a whole lot. And the way his legs fold up are pretty neat. Like his arm, it doesn't pop up. But I like the way it collapses to form the dinosaur leg, but you can move his legs. You can bend him at the foot and the knee. On both legs. Tail is solid in place. But a cool little stegosaur. And transform, we'll go ahead and get his... Pop open his... Bring his head down. Split his legs apart. Open up this whole hinge. So you bring the legs down and then rotate him at the waist. Rotate these around the thigh. The dinosaur leg folds in. It kind of sits up against the leg there. The dinosaur head also folds in to the inside of the leg, and you close that hinge back up and peg it back together. So it's all hidden inside the leg there. Same on this side, rotate it at the hip, flip the leg in, and point the toe down to the front, flip the head into the leg, and then fold it up. See that tab goes right back in there, and his legs are done. It's tricky up here because there's a lot of little, the arms you just kind of extend. Flip the whole dinosaur leg back up into the back of the forearm and flip his fist down. And again, here, you can see how it's folded up. Flip the whole gray piece down, fold the dinosaur leg up like that and into the back of the forearm, and then flip the fist down. It's a neat little collapsing system for the arms to turn them into dinosaur mode legs. Now this whole piece has to rotate, but it can't rotate forward until you get the tail out of the way. These red angled pieces are part of the tail, so this is a little bit of a juxtaposition here. You gotta kind of want to lift this up, and then so take these spikes, lift them up, then take the chest piece, rotate it forward and up, which will give you the clearance. Now you can see where these separate pieces are. You kind of have to tuck these in just a little bit, and then split the tail in half. If I can get it here. See if I can use my screwdriver here and pry this apart. There we go. Once you get the tail unlocked, you toe these in just a little bit. That gives you just enough clearance if everything is folded up right to fold this back out. There we go. And once you get that folded in, then these pieces fold around on the ball joint, fold up, and rotate up into the back, up behind the tail there. So you fold that up and fold that flat. And then this piece right here, I actually want to lift this up like this, so the spike piece can come down on this double hinge around behind his head. Actually, before you do that, his head flips up. It gets caught a little bit. If you get a little bit of momentum, you can kind of get it up. You may need a small prying tool to pop it past there. Flip his head up, and then these two panels on the side of his head fold down to fill in that gap, and then the spines come up like that, and these you can position however you want, so they're kind of hidden out of the way there. And there he is in robot mode. Again, he's supposed to come with a sword and a gun like all the others, but he did not. But a nice little version of Snarl. Not a whole lot of cable hanging off the back. You do have these little panels here. Some clear plastic, translucent plastic in various places, like on the original toy. Even here on the front leg, which is neat. And a fun little Snarl. We'll get off to posability. Okay, so he's got a swivel head, a little bit up and down thanks to the hinge at the transformation at the neck. Dual swivel shoulders. You can position these. Again, you can get these out of the way. You can angle these back a little bit to your liking, if that's your preference. It does have a bicep swivel, hinge there at the wrist, and then a hinge at the elbow, about 90 degrees there. It does have a waist swivel, ball joint hips, thigh swivel, and then hinge knees. They're dual hinge, but only one in the actual knee direction. This is for transformation to fold it around. And no posability here in the toe. So, but a nice little Snarl. Get him standing up. Grimlock has some very clever bits in his transformation too, especially with how they do the dinosaur head. Again, you're probably going to need a small prying tool to get some of these bits, but we'll show that in a minute. So here he is in dinosaur mode, and it's a pretty decent little Grimlock. Dinosaur mode, he's got ball joints at the shoulder and then swivels in both directions at the hip. That's because that's his robot shoulder, and a hinged knee. His head does not turn, his jaw does open, and his head does look up and down. So to transform him, we start back here with the legs. I want to go ahead and kind of pop these open. Get these out of the way here. Flip them down. You would do this on both sides, but since he only has one side to worry about, open this up, swivel the leg around, and rotate it there at the thigh joint. And then the tail folds up into the leg itself, just like that. And would do the same on this side if he had his tail. But it hides inside the leg like that. Then you open up, you lift up his head to untab it from here. Open up the arm panels. Come on, you. Like this. At which point this piece comes up and rotates around and then collapses up, because you can see there's his hips right here. They're hiding inside this upside down piece when you've got it folded down. So you open it up, twist, it's folded up like this for dinosaur mode. So you open it up, twist it around, and then his dinosaur head folds down and collapses into the chest as you fold this up. This should also fold up a little bit better than this. There we go, like that. And then clicks into place. Bring the arms down. At which point, again, you may need a small prying tool to get this. You have to open this up and then flip his head out. You can get it kind of partially the way up. You might be able to get enough of a grip on it with a fingernail, but I find it helps to have a small tool. Flip his head up and then fold this panel down behind it. And then the arms, the fists just slide out with a little lever here in the forearm. And then you can do whatever you wish with the dinosaur arms. If you want to fold them down and try to hide them on his back, if you want to have them kind of sticking up over the tips of the wings, you can do that as well. It's entirely up to you. And there is Rager in robot mode. He's got a swivel head. It's on a ball joint, so you get a little bit of movement there. You can get more if you lift that panel up, but it's supposed to be closed. The wings swivel, the ball joint at the dinosaur arms, the dual swivel, which was the dinosaur hip. He does have a bicep swivel. The dinosaur knee now functions as his elbow. His hands can sink back into his arm, but there's no articulation at the wrist or in the hand. He would have a waist swivel because this piece does rotate, but the hinge is attached to the lower part and not the upper part, so his waist is unfortunately locked in place despite it actually swiveling there for transformation. So that's this design issue there. Ball joint hips, thigh swivels, hinge knees to about 90 degrees, and he does have the little ankle tilt piece here built into the lower leg. Now, like I said, he did not come with any accessories. I guess maybe we want to fold that. We fold the dinosaur tail forward here. Otherwise, it was blocking the hip there. He should come with his sword and his dual blaster cannon. We did not get those. We did get the mind control helmet, which I should have put on his dinosaur mode. But you do come with that. And he does have a little crown that fits on a specific way. You want to find the little... the front has kind of a little jewel in the front sculpted into it. It's a little hard to see. And it does go over the horns, but it doesn't go down quite as far or as easily as it should. But when I say as it should, it goes down as far as it's designed to. I feel like it should sit a little lower when you've got it on properly. And getting it pushed on is a little painful. It is pokey, and we have to kind of put some pressure on it to slide it down far enough over his horns to stay attached, and it pokes you. But there he is with his crown. Go ahead and pop that off. And we'll do some size comparisons. Here they are. Here's the whole Dinobot team in robot mode. I do feel like Rager should be a little bigger than Slag, but whatever. But here's the whole team together in robot mode. Get that out of the way so you can see his face. And again, here they are with DX9's Hulky, their version of Devastator. And just for posterity, with other pocket-sized figures, here they are with the Iron Factory Wings of Tyrant Starscream, so a little larger than Seeker in robot mode. But yeah, so there is the last of the DX9 War and Pocket Dinos, Thorner and Rager.